Hi, my name is Sharon Jones, and I'm your facilitator for leading virtual teams. I'm with hrtrainingclasses.com, and some of the topics that we're going to talk about on this session is we'll look at ways to lead more effectively in the virtual environment. I led and managed cross-functional teams and global teams for around 7 years. And so I'm going to share some proven techniques for leading teams through challenges. I'm also going to share some mistakes that I've made so that you can benefit from how I learned to lead remotely. In this session, we're going to cover a variety of topics. We're going to start with how to maximize your leading style in the virtual environment and just adjustments that need to be made, right? We'll also talk about best practices for leading virtually. And one of the topics that are really critical is around accountability. Accountability really differs from the old school accountability. It has to offer flexibility. So we'll talk about that so that your teams are engaged and held accountable. We'll also talk about some tips on virtual meetings. We have so many virtual meetings, but how do we make them more effective and more creative? I'm going to give you some tips on that. We'll also talk about virtual team building. So I'm going to give you enough to get started and how to build employee engagement virtually. And then you can just launch from there and, continue to build engagement virtually. And lastly, we'll finish with rewards and recognition. This is often ignored or even handled poorly when we were in person. So now that we're 100% virtual, there's definitely an emphasis that needs to be on promoting rewards and recognition and building that culture. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in this session. Thanks. Stay tuned.